Five Nights at Freddy's fans are terrified that their favorite murderous animatronics might be too tame when they take their shenanigans to the big screen. Will the film's PG-13 rating spell trouble for the horror game's big screen adaptation? Or will fans still be saying,
"We're going to have so much fun together"?
The Five Nights at Freddy's franchise is not exactly known for its blood and gore. Despite being a series in which animatronic animals grind up kids and security guards alike. Aside from the many jump scares in FNAF, much of the series' horror is atmospheric. There's always a fear of something sneaking up on you, or taking the wrong turn into the wrong hallway. Despite the relative lack of nasty on-screen violence, the tone of the series is one of constant tension. When it was announced that Five Nights at Freddy's was finally being adapted into a film from Blumhouse, the company behind horror hits like Paranormal Activity, Sinister, and David Gordon Green's Halloween, they hoped it would follow suit as an R-rated spooktacular. Unfortunately for that set of fans, Five Nights at Freddy's hits US theaters this week with a PG-13 rating. While this will no doubt open the film up to a wider audience, including the kids that love this franchise, it hasn't sat particularly well with some moviegoers, with some describing the rating as a red flag. Early reactions to the film have started to trickle in over the last few days, and while some people have greatly enjoyed the franchise's first theatrical foray, others are bummed by the fact that it just doesn't feel that scary. These viewers are not holding back their thoughts either, with many taking to X, formerly Twitter, to share their disappointment with the toothless film.
Thanks for the heads up.
Early audience reactions to Five Nights at Freddy's suggest that the movie doesn't quite reach the spooky heights of its source material, despite excellent production design. Film critic Ren Vieira writes, "Five Nights at Freddy's is nothing but a dull, uninspiring collection of lame jump scares collaged together in a thin plot. Cool setting, cooler practical animatronics, but zero atmosphere." Film Speaks Griffin Schiller remarked, "Not scary, boring, dull, joyless, lacking teeth. Such a mess." As reviews continue to pop up online, some fans are already blaming the lighter content rating for the lukewarm reception. One fan simply posted, quote, "FNAF not being rated R is so lame," a sentiment shared by several gamers on the precipice of the film's wide release. Another wondered what series creator Scott Cawthon would think about the rating. In a new interview with Forbes, director Emma Tammi got into the thought process behind the rating. She explained, "We knew that some of the fanbase would want an R-rated version of this film. On the one level, we wanted to be inclusive of the younger audiences and knew we were going to hit the PG-13 rating. But for the audience that also wanted that level of violence, if you will, or at least insinuation of violence, we really wanted to still include elements that felt dark."
It's too late. He's coming.
For some fans, this explanation makes total sense. After all, a large swath of the series' fanbase is made up of younger kids, so the studio doesn't want to cut them out of the movie-going audience. A few movie fans have also pointed out that there are already two other flicks that would fit the bill for fans looking for an R-rated Five Nights at Freddy's style movie. Those being the Banana Splits movie and Willy's Wonderland.
5 little chickens at the end of the line.
Rumors have circulated for weeks that a more mature cut of Five Nights at Freddy's might still be waiting in the wings, but that the film had simply been edited down from its original cut to attain its current PG-13 rating. This idea is certainly not without precedent at Blumhouse. Last year, the studio's smash hit Megan was released in theaters with a PG-13 rating, then received a gorier and rated cut on home video and streaming. Depending on who you ask, Megan Unrated is often considered the superior version of the movie, with the small added bit of carnage making all the difference. According to Emma Tammi, however, no such reissue is currently in the cards for her Five Nights at Freddy's adaptation. Tammi explained to Forbes, "I would say not to expect an R-rated version on this one. We're really happy with how the PG-13 tone landed. It felt like the right fit for this particular film. We're sticking by it." Despite these comments, some fans are still holding out hope that they'll get to see an R-rated FNAF movie at some point, especially if the first one does as well at the box office as expected. Devotees of the spookiest animatronics in showbiz will simply have to wait and see.